Namo Buddhaya, meritorious children. A Buddha has great qualities. Buddha developed great qualities. And Buddha developed all those great qualities without the guidance of a teacher. So, the Blessed One had a great quality, that is Buddha or Buddho. Because of the Buddha quality, the disciples, we heard the Dhamma from the Blessed One. And the people who lived in the past learned the Dhamma from the Blessed One because the Buddha was Buddha. And the Mahasangha, the Buddha's ordained disciples, have another great quality, that is Samichi Patipanna. Because of the Samichi Patipanna quality, after the passing away of the Supreme Buddha, even when the Buddha was alive, many people were able to, a lot of people were able to hear the Buddha's teachings because the monks of the Buddha, the great disciples of the Buddha, the monks who dedicated their lives to the Supreme Buddha, they spread the Buddha's teachings all over the world. So that's why still we are learning this Dhamma and experiencing happiness by hearing the things that we have never heard before. When we learn the Supreme Buddha's teachings, we will be able to overcome doubts, clarify our doubts, then abandon wrong views and develop right views. So this is a great opportunity, especially in this month of Poson. In a month, Arahant Mahinda visited Sri Lanka. And first of all, Arahant Mahinda was able to tame the king. A king is always intoxicated, would not listen to others very easily. But Arahant Mahinda was so capable to tame the king, who was the leader for this country, for this beautiful island. And then together with the king, many other people from Sri Lanka went for refuge to Buddha Dhamma Sangha. And then that's how Buddhism was started in Sri Lanka. So we should be grateful to Arahant Mahinda. In this month of Poson, we should venerate Arahant Mahinda. Actually, every day we should venerate Arahant Mahinda. But this month we should pay more attention to celebrate the gift that we got from Arahant Mahinda and to pay veneration and to pay respect to Arahant Mahinda on this special month. Even the Buddha showed respect to the Jayasri Maha Bodhi tree for 7 days. For 7 days, looked at the Bodhi tree without blinking eyes for 7 days and respected the Bodhi tree for 7 days. That's because the Bodhi tree gave shelter for the Buddha. But the Bodhi tree gave shelter for the Buddha just for 1 day, like half a day. But then Buddha showed gratefulness to the Bodhi tree for 7 days. So we should cultivate and develop wholesome qualities. We should be grateful for the people who have helped us. We should be grateful to the Buddha only because of Buddha, Arahant Mahinda. We met Arahant Mahinda. And Arahant Mahinda was ordained by Arahant with the help of Arahant Mogali Putatissa Mahatera during the time of King Dharmashoka ruling India. And it was King Dharmashoka requested his first son to become a monk. And Emperor Dharmashoka ordained his daughter as well, that is Arahant Sangamita Mahateri. So all the disciples in Sri Lanka must be grateful to Arahant Mahinda and Arahant Sangamita Mahateri. It was Arahant Sangamita Mahateri brought the Jayasri Maha Bodhi tree to Sri Lanka with the guidance of Arahant Mahinda. And then the first stupa was built in Sri Lanka, that is the Tuparame stupa, with the help of Arahant Mahinda. And then Arahant Mahinda marked all the special places, the Ruwanali Mahastupa and many other places that will be a special places to be built stupas. So there's a lot to talk about Arahant Mahinda. So let's learn the Buddha's great teachings that was brought by Arahant Mahinda to Sri Lanka to give us the real assurance, the gift of the lasting happiness that will never decline, that is the Nibbana. And also, until we attain Nibbana, we can have the protection in rebirths in divine worlds until we attain Nibbana. So let us go for refuge to Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha and observe 5 precepts and then go to a wonderful Dhamma sermon. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Saṅgaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dutiyampi Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dutiyampi Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Dutiyampi Saṅgaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Tatiyampi Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Tatiyampi Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi, Tatiyampi Saṅgaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now, children, there's a challenge for you. What's the challenge? You have to observe the 5 precepts and protect it. Now, there is another main challenge as well, that is to always remember the refuge. Keep the refuge from the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. We should not get away from the refuge, from the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. So, the moment you start thinking unwisely, you are away from the Buddha's refuge. But the moment you start and continue and think, keep on thinking according to the Buddha's realization, you have the refuge from the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. So, that is the greatest challenge. And the next challenge is to protect the 5 precepts. So, let's observe the 5 precepts and observe these 5 precepts until I meet you again in next Saturday in the program. Then in next Saturday, again you'll have a strong determination to observe and protect the 5 precepts. So, if you break the 5 precepts in between, again observe it. So, it's always good for children and for adults to observe the 5 precepts early morning. After you wake up, after you brush your teeth, go to the Buddha statue, sit and offer a glass of water, light a lamp and observe the 5 precepts. At least observe the 5 precepts. Then before you go to sleep, again observe the 5 precepts, because in the daytime, maybe without, due to lack of mindfulness, you would have broken a precept. So if you can observe the 5 precepts in the night before you go to sleep, then you don't have to worry. Even if you die in the night, you are virtuous. You are virtuous. So let's observe the 5 precepts. I observe the precept of abstaining from killing beings. I observe the precept of abstaining from stealing. I observe the precept of abstaining from sexual misconduct. I observe the precept of abstaining from telling lies. I observe the precept of abstaining from taking intoxicating drinks and drugs. I follow these precepts for happiness in this life, for rebirth in heaven, and to realize the Four Noble Truths. In this Gautama Buddha's dispensation, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now, let's learn the Buddha's teachings. Let's go for the sermon. Say after me. Sadhu, sadhu, my homage to the Buddha. Sadhu, sadhu, my homage to the Supreme Dhamma. Sadhu, sadhu, my homage to the Sangha. Sadhu, sadhu, my homage to the Triple Gem. Sadhu, sadhu, my homage to the Triple Gem. Sadhu, sadhu, my homage to the Triple Gem. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Children, today we are going to learn another 5 marks of a great person. That great person is the Buddha. We are going to learn another 5 marks. So far we have learned 5 marks of the great Buddha, and we are going to continue that. So the 6th sign is the Blessed One, the Buddha, has well-built muscles in 7 places. In how many places, children? In 7 places. His hands, legs, shoulders and chest. In past, he has generously donated the best and most delicious food and drinks. Because some people, they give leftovers. And some people, they give for the sake of giving. Some people offer food just because their ancestors have been practicing generosity, they give food. Just because of a birthday, they offer something. And just because as a practice, as a culture or as a tradition, they offer food. But the Buddha in past life, he generously donated things. That means for the sake of gaining merit and being generous. People who are generous are suitable. Anyone can go and ask anything from generous people. So our Buddha in past lives, he has generously donated the best and the most delicious food and drinks. That means most of the time there was situations where Buddha thought about others. The Bodhisattva thought about others than himself. Even there were situations where he gave up his life to give life to another person. That much our Buddha was compassionate. So today, now as disciples of the Supreme Buddha, we don't have to give up life to attain Nibbana. We can follow the Noble Eightfold Path to attain Nibbana. So, as a result of this good karma, the good karma is offering things generously. This great person was reborn in the heaven, in divine worlds. And on returning here, marked readers predicted that he would get tasty foods of all sorts, and as a monk, he would cut all bonds of lay life. So the day the Bodhisattva was born, the day our Buddha was born, after the Bodhisattva was born, on the day that ceremony of putting a name, on the naming ceremony, the ascetics predicted that this amazing, great child, when he grows old, he won't remain in the palace. He will renounce. He will not remain in the palace. So he will leave the lay life easily without regretting. So the reason is, when you offer things generously, you can overcome attachments very well. So the sixth sign is, the Blessed One have well-built muscles in 7 places. Then, dear children, the 7th and 8th signs are, he has soft and tender hands and legs, flexible hands and legs. They are lovely and elegant looking. Tender hands and legs are flexible, not like ours. In his previous lives, he brought people together using the 4 righteous ways of making friends. What are the 4? Giving, kind words, guidance and equality. So practice giving, kindness, kind words, pleasant words, and then guided people properly. Guided people to develop and cultivate wholesome deeds. And also was equal in good qualities. So it was equal to good qualities that wise people practice. And our Bodhisattva developed these great qualities. So by practicing these great qualities, the Blessed One, 7th and 8th signs are, he has soft and tender hands and legs with flexible hands and legs. They are lovely and elegant looking. And as a result of getting those special marks, what happened? Due to performing these virtues, he was reborn in heaven. And as Buddha, he has many loyal followers. Now today, if you have workers, if your parents have workers, some of them cheat your parents. Not everyone is loyal to the bosses. But the Buddha had loyal lay followers, many loyal lay followers. Why? As a result of kind words, as a result of giving, as a result of guiding people properly, as a result of cultivating wholesome qualities, and being equal to other good people's great qualities. So then, as a result of that, 99.9% of all the lay followers of the Buddha was loyal to the Buddha. While 1 or 2 people like Devadatta, even Devadatta, at his last stage, he went for refuge to Buddha Dhamma Sangha. Then we can take it as 100%. So people understand his words and practice his teachings. So when Buddha preaches Dhamma, what happens? Because of that past merit, people listen to the Supreme Buddha. They pay attention to the Supreme Buddha's teachings. Why? It's because of the Buddha's merit. It's because of the Buddha's great power. Because of the Buddha's great qualities, people were tamed. So it's not easy to correct others, children. The person who is correcting others should have great qualities. So we learned so far 8 signs. Let's learn the 9th and the 10th sign. The 9th and the 10th signs are, he has high raised beautiful ankles and upright body hairs. The body hairs are upright, not like ours, which are curled clockwise. In past births, he spoke words which are beneficial for the well-being of the people. Because some people, they talk, those words are not beneficial to others. It's a headache for people around them. So why don't people say, can you please keep your mouth shut? Don't people say so? We say. But the Buddha's words were so beneficial. He educated thousands of people and encouraged them to do wholesome actions leading to their welfare and happiness. Now that's why we have given the chance for the kids who are listening to Mirror of Dhamma program to volunteer, to promote the Mirror of Dhamma program. Some kids are now making websites to promote meditation for non-Sri Lankans. Some kids are promoting the monks in the morning by doing various videos. Some kids are sending us drawings and helping to propagate the Buddha's teachings. See, I am from the monks of Mahamevana Buddhist Monastery, from the monks of Colombo Dhamma Friends of Mahamevana. I was especially handling the English Dhamma propagations of the Mahamevana Buddhist monasteries, are always encouraging the disciples to take part in these Dhamma propagations, to pass the Buddha's message to others. Why? Even Buddha did that in past lives. Why do we have to volunteer in Dhamma propagations? Why we should volunteer? Because to develop the path of Dhamma. Just offering food and offering money is not only the way to volunteer the Buddha's asana, to gain merit. You can take part in propagating the Buddha's teachings, then writing Dhamma articles, then reading Dhammapada stories and putting them into dramas and writing scripts. Then the good thoughts that come to you, you can share the good thoughts, the good deeds. You don't have to put your name, but then you can share the good deeds anyone can practice. Because through the Shraddha TV, all of us have a great opportunity to pass the Buddha's message to many people. People living in all over the world can have access to the Shraddha TV through the YouTube channel, through the other social media platforms. So this chance we got is a very rare opportunity. So that's why we should encourage other people to do wholesome deeds. Why Buddha ended up getting special marks. That is very unique only to a Buddha and to a wheel-turning monarch. So now see the effect of those signs. Now the third way in this sutta, in the Lakkana Sutta, Buddha preaches, when you get these special signs, you get special abilities, you get special advantages. What are the advantages when you get high raised beautiful ankles and upright body hair, and which are curled and clockwise? Buddha preaches, after the Buddha was born in heaven and upon being born as a human being on this earth, he would obtain those two marks. He became the best of all beings and mastered the whole world. See the power of practicing wholesome qualities, the power of cultivating a good karma that will never leave us. Therefore, children, today we learn another 5 signs from the Supreme Buddha's great marks. So by learning these great marks, be happy and have a happy mind, develop a happy mind towards the Supreme Buddha, develop an unshakable confidence towards the Supreme Buddha, thinking that we have become disciples of such a great Buddha. And then we went for refuge to the Buddha's great teachings. From these things we should understand how much Buddha would have dedicated to obtain these great qualities in many lives, in countless numbers of lives. There are more than 500 Jataka stories. But more than those stories, Buddha experienced and cultivated many wholesome deeds from the day he was blessed by the mother to become a Buddha. And from the day our Buddha in a past life was blessed by the Deepankara Buddha to become a Buddha. It was the hope of cultivating wholesome deeds. Every other thing was not priority. The priority in his list was cultivating wholesome deeds. So let us have a strong determination to cultivate wholesome deeds and realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Children, now we have come to the most difficult session. Why it is difficult? Meditating. Children, when they close their eyes, some they fall asleep. Some they close their eyes and slowly they open one eye. Slowly they open one eye and see what's happening. Don't do that. So now you have to close your eyes and keep your mind in one place. Don't think about the past. Don't think about the future. Stick to the present. Think according to what I say. Follow the Buddha's great qualities. Think of the Buddha's great qualities. When your mind goes out of track, when your mind goes away from the meditation object, get back to the meditation object. Don't dream. Now sit in a comfortable posture. Keep one palm on the other palm. Cross your legs. If you are sleepy, you can do walking meditation. But listen to me. Now listen to me and think according to what I say. My great teacher, Supreme Buddha, eradicated passion, hatred and delusion. Supreme Buddha, eradicated unwholesome deeds, cultivated wholesome deeds, guarded sense faculties, controlled sense faculties, even in secrecy, did not commit any misdeeds. Children of a Buddha, he guarded the eye, ear, nose, tongue, body and mind. He saw things from the eyes, but never got attached, did not get angry, or did not get deluded or deceived. That's why we say that Buddha controlled the sense faculties. The sense faculties are eye, ear, nose, tongue, body and mind. Other people can't guard them. Buddha was able to control the eye. Buddha did not have the desire to see everything in this world. But normal people, ordinary people, they want to see everything as they wish. And if they can't see what they want, they feel sad. Buddha never got sad because Buddha did not have such wishes to see whatever he wanted. Even if Buddha sees unpleasant things, Buddha did not get sad. But normal people, ordinary people, when they see unpleasant things, they get panic and sad. Buddha did not get sad because Buddha had a purified mind. Buddha did not have craving. Supreme Buddha eradicated the desire for seeing forms, for hearing sounds, eradicated the desire for smelling odors, eradicated the desire for tasting flavors, eradicated the desire for touching tangibles, Tangibles are the feelings that you experience through your body. Eradicated the desire for thinking thoughts. In this way, the great Buddha is an Arahant, Supreme Buddha, realize the Four Noble Truths without anyone's help. In this way, the Supreme Buddha is Samma Sambuddho. Samma Sambuddho. Samma Sambuddho. Supreme Buddha was able to see the past lives. So the passing away and rebirths of other beings. Supreme Buddha eradicated all taints, obtained psychic powers. Supreme Buddha developed great virtue, concentration and wisdom. In this way, the Supreme Buddha is Vijacharana Sampanno. Vijacharana Sampanno. Supreme Buddha followed the path to Nibbana and achieved true happiness. In this way, the Supreme Buddha is Sugato. Sugato. Supreme Buddha understood all worlds and escaped from all worlds. And the Buddha is known as Lokavidu. Therefore, the Buddha is known as Lokavidu. The Blessed One understood that there are many worlds, that human beings are born among animals too after they die. Human beings are not always born among human beings. So by understanding that nature, by understanding and realizing many worlds, the Blessed One escaped from all the worlds forever. That's why the Buddha is known as Lokavidu. Supreme Buddha became an incomparable teacher for taming others with great compassion. In this way, the Supreme Buddha is Anuttaro Purisa Dhamma Sarathi. Anuttaro Purisa Dhamma Sarathi. Supreme Buddha became a great teacher for gods and humans. In this way, the Supreme Buddha is Satta Deva Manussanam. Supreme Buddha taught the excellent Dhamma without holding anything. Without holding anything. In this way, the Supreme Buddha is Buddha. 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 Supreme Buddha developed all these great qualities and was unique to have all these qualities. And the Buddha is known as Bhagava. 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 The Blessed One is an Arahant. He is free from lust, anger, and delusion. The Buddha is a Samma Sambuddha. The Blessed One realized the Four Noble Truths without a guidance of a teacher. The Blessed One is Vijjacharana Sampanno. The Blessed One developed psychic powers, attained special knowledges to see past births, future births, and purified the mind. The Blessed One was unique in wisdom, was unique in virtue, concentration, and wisdom. That's why the Blessed One is known as Vijjacharana Sampanno. The Blessed One followed the Noble Eightfold Path, and that's why the Buddha is known as Sugata. The Blessed One escaped from all the worlds. That's why the Blessed One is known as Lokavidu. The Buddha helped many beings to become good, worse to good, and develop their good qualities to a great extent. Even the people who had good qualities, they were not able to attain Nibbana. They had some qualities. Even for such people, Buddha helped them to attain Nibbana. That's why the Buddha is known as Anuttaro Purisa Dhamma Sarathi. Even thinking of Arahant Angulimala would help you to understand the Buddha's great quality of Anuttaro Purisa Dhamma Sarathi. The Buddha became a teacher for gods and humans. That's why the Buddha is known as Satta Deva Manussanam. Buddha taught this Dhamma out of compassion, without holding anything back. The Blessed One is known as Buddha. And the Blessed One was able to develop all these qualities. And that's why the Buddha is known as Bhagava. He had all these qualities and he was unique. The Blessed One was the one and only person to have all these qualities. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Slowly open your eyes. Namo Buddhaya. Now you have come to the session of sharing good deeds. So what are the good deeds that I have today? I will start from the first email. My name is Yenuki. I am 9 years old and I currently live in Dubai. I listen to Mirror of Dhamma and I love every week. I would now like to share the good deeds I have done throughout my lifetime. So will I have time to read this? Every night before I go to sleep with my family, I chant the 5 precepts and the Karaniya Metta Sutta. For how many years, Chutputa? For how many years you have been doing this? Yenuki? Have you been doing this for like at least 4 years or 3 years? I bless you and I rejoice in this special merit. May everyone who's listening to this program too rejoice in this great deed, who has been chanting Karaniya Metta Sutta, Mahamangala Sutta, Ratana Sutta and the Angulimala Pirita for many years. And before I sleep, I worship my parents and have a good sleep. See, I don't think this child would see nightmares. I help my parents by folding clothes, washing dishes, sweeping the floor, etc. So do you have a special broom for you to sweep? I love to see people happy all around the world. I will now share all my merit with everyone equally. See this little daughter? She wants to share that merit equally among everyone. Wish to get rid of this pandemic from this world as soon as possible. Theruvan Saranai. So, Yenuki Dua, may you be well and happy, may you be well and happy, and may all of us rejoice in your good deeds. And may you and all of us and your family members and your parents and our Lokaswaminahans and all the monks and nuns of Mahamyona Buddhist monasteries and all over the world realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. The next email. I am Senan and my brother is Vinan. Vinan or Vinon, I don't know. Write in Sinhala the names. Send me, tell your parents to write your names in Sinhala and send. We are living in England. I am 12 years old and my brother Vinan is 7. We are watching Mirror of Dhamma for Kids during lockdown. Now we are on episode 5. Thank you for making those programs for us. Very good, children. So you are in the episode 5. So try to share this episode with your friends. Very good, Puta. So now see, now the ones who are listening the Mirror of Dhamma program, who have started listening to the Mirror of Dhamma program halfway, they can go to the Shraddha TV website and go to the English website and then start learning from the beginning. And you will learn properly how to face this pandemic with a confident mind. And we have been sharing a lot of merits done by other children. So try to listen to those sermons. And then, so he has answered some questions given by us. With regards to parents, when parents call you and correct you, what should you do, children? We think that we should listen to them in a respectable manner. And if they do correct you, be happy because now you know it is wrong. You can figure out a new answer or ask your parents for it. And then how to think wisely when your siblings disturbing you. Think about why they are doing that thing to disturb you. Think about it. That is also good. And then, how could you help your grandparents? Spend time with them and help them around their home, and you could also do their shopping. Very good, children. Good ideas now for Mirror of Dhamma program. How can you do your own work as a kid? Let's listen to this. How can you do your own work as a kid? If you don't know how to do the thing you are doing, you can try to find out. For example, ask someone from whom you can ask children. You can ask your parents, you can ask your teachers, you can ask the Buddhist monks. They are the good people. Okay? What would you do if you don't feel like learning Dhamma or meditating? Concentrate harder, because learning Dhamma is important to our lives. Why it is important? If we don't practice Dhamma, you won't get a human life like this. You will decline. This life, if your relatives, the human beings, are your relatives in this life. But in next life, do you like to have animals as relatives? Ghosts as relatives? If you do not like, what's the path? The Noble Eightfold Path. So we have explained the Noble Eightfold Path in previous programs as well. Try to get the Mahamyana English Parita chanting book and read the Satchavibhanga Parita chanting, then the Dhammachakka Parita chanting, and learn step by step. And when you read those Parita chantings, if you have any doubts, question, you can write to us. The third email. My name is Vinul Alavatugoda. I am 8 years old. I live in England. Now a lot of emails from England. I have a twin brother, Senul. I want to tell you that about my good deeds that I do every day. They are helping Amma whenever I can. Very good. I'm very happy you are calling your mother Amma. And then taking 5 precepts, worshipping Amma and Tata every night, and also before school, and helping friends. I can speak Sinhala a bit, and I'm learning from Amma how to write too. Very good, Puta. Then you can listen to many monks, Dhamma sermons conducted by many other monks. Then I can read Sinhala books and also the Dhamma books. I have a question to ask. What happens after Parinibbana? What will happen to the life afterwards? Can you explain this to me, Swamin Wahanse? Yes, I will, Puta. Now, what happens after Parinibbana? Nibbana and Parinibbana are 2 things. Nibbana is, first of all, you purify the mind, but you still remain. They are arahants. But Parinibbana means the passing away. So once the Parinibbana is done, the rebirth doesn't take place. The rebirth, then going to another life, then the consciousness get abandoned. So like now in this life, just imagine, just think about this life, you, me, both of us, everyone who's listening to this program, the people who are recording this sermon, we were all born. Why? Because in the previous life we accumulated a karma, in the past lives we accumulated karma, and we were born again. So when you attain the Mahaparinibbana, since the karma was totally eradicated the day you attain Nibbana, whatever the life that you had to remain, whatever the life that you had to spend in the last life, you will spend after attaining Nibbana. But then once the lifespan is over, there's no more karma to give results to be reborn. So when you're not reborn anymore, no more death, no more diseases, no more old age, no more separating from loved ones, no more mixing with people that you do not like, then not suffering for not getting what you want. So all those sufferings will be abandoned when you attain the Mahaparinibbana. So Mahaparinibbana, after Mahaparinibbana, what happened? The nature of existing in this world will abandon. What will happen to the life afterwards? It will not exist. Can you please explain this to me? I have already explained. And he is happy to share merit with our teacher Laka Swamin Wahanse and all the other Swamin Wahansela. And I will add one more thing to all the other, share merit with all the other nuns also. So Venil Puta, Theruvan Saranai. So we'll rejoice in all the merits at once. And then Namo Buddhaya. I am sorry again. I had to modify a few more things as Aryan and Jaden just spoke to Bhante on the Zoom session. Kindly submit this. So Aryan is a wonderful daughter. So I meet some kids in the Zoom live sessions. So then it's Ariana Ahima, 6 years old, and Malis Jaden, 3 years old. I spoke to this 6-year-old child. He helped the mother to fold the clothes. She's just 6 years and she worships the Sangha very well. Happily, with respect, she worships the Sangha. When monks bless that little girl, she takes the two hands to her forehead and worship the Sangha. So, and the little daughter like to share many merits for conducting the session and teaching the Dhamma, so to children all around the world. So now the little daughter would like to share merit. I always fold all my clothes and my Malli's clothes. I also hang both our clothes and place them in the closet. Since my Tata and Ammi are working from home, every morning when Malli wakes up, I run upstairs and bring him down. Carefully bring him down, okay? Malli and I help unload the dishwasher. We do this mindfully, so we don't break any dishes. See how good these little kids are? They do all these things mindfully so that they don't break any dishes. I wish to have such kids in this monastery also. And then we clean our toys and try to keep our playroom clean. See, this house would look like a divine world. I think good to meditate in that house. So children, now what's this daughter's name? This daughter's name is Ariana, I think. Yeah, Ariana, send your clean room, how you keep your toys beautifully in a clean way. Take some photographs and send to us. Then we can tell the other kids how to keep their playroom nicely and beautifully in an organized way. Mali and I help Tata and Ami to do gardening. We both help remove the weeds in our garden. How do you do these things? Next time, tell your parents to take photographs when you are working. How could you help your grandparents? I always offer Achi Amma lunch and dinner. I bow to Achi Amma after I offer her food. See, this little child, worship each and every time after she offers something to the grandma, to Achi Amma. Yesterday, Achi Amma was taking care of my Malli while I was doing loving kindness meditation in our puja room with my Ammi. After meditation, I went upstairs to get Malli and he made such a big mess in Achi Amma's room. He spilled all of Achi's sunflower seeds on the floor. I quickly got the broom from the kitchen and swept my Achi Ammi's room and cleaned it up for her. See this little kid who's 6 years old. Just seeing the messy room and ran to the kitchen and brought a broom and started cleaning the room. The ones who are 10 years, 12 years, 20 years, 30 years, I have met some young adults who are 30 years, 25 years, never touched a broom in their life. Have never touched a broom even. Forget about sweeping. Still, the parents are washing their clothes. But these little kids, they are real disciples of the Supreme Buddha. They will uplift the Buddha Sasana. They will protect the Buddha Sasana. Then, when Achi Amma asks for things, I help her get the items. I would like to share all the merit we earned today with Loku Swamin Wahanse, all the Bhantes and nuns all around the world. I would love to share all the merits with everyone who has the coronavirus. May they get well soon. And I would love to share all the merit with my Dhamma friends around the world. May they gain the opportunity to realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Theruvan Saranai Namo Buddhaya. Boma Ping Ariana Dua. To my emails, children. Pinga Swamin Wahanse, my name is Metuki Pereira and I live in Melbourne. This time only one child from Melbourne. I am in grade 6. I started watching Mirror of Dhamma program for kids because we can no longer go to our Dhamma schools as all the Swamin Wahanses had to go on back to Sri Lanka. I also participate in the children Saturday Dhamma discussions via Zoom. During the time I have stayed at home, I made a presentation on loving kindness. This was initially to show at my Dhamma school. But since I can't do that due to this pandemic, I thought to send it to you, Pingat Swamin Wahanse. But I got that file, but since it's done by a special app called Keton, we can't open it. So you can transfer it to a MP4 file and send to us. Then we can share it in all our media platforms, and next program we can show that to the other children. So try to resend that in a file that can be opened in Windows operating system. Then my name is Vibodha from Melbourne and I am in grade 6. Theruvan Saranai Vibodha. For the past few days, I had this question in my mind. What is your question? What bad karma would you receive if you vandalize something? Vandalize means to draw on something which is not yours. Now this problem, Puta, don't get angry. Now, I remember during the Zoom session, one child started drawing on the screen. What to do? Could be a 6-year-old or maybe a 5-year-old child. So we should have compassion towards such children. So it is a very bad karma anyway. Whether 5 years or 4 years, it's a bad karma. It's like you are disturbing someone of practicing Dhamma. It's like you are disturbing someone who is like to escape from suffering. So when a person who disturb another person who loves to practice the Dhamma, the person who disturb, one day, even if he like to practice this Dhamma, he wouldn't be able to practice this Dhamma because he has disturbed others when others try to practice Dhamma. The ones who are disturbing right now, when they want to practice Dhamma in future, they won't be able to practice Dhamma. So don't vandalize something when you are learning Dhamma and teaching Dhamma. So don't vandalize something on the Zoom sessions. Don't disturb others, especially. Sometimes when someone is meditating, another child would play a music loud. Don't do that. Furthermore, I would like to tell you about the meritorious deeds I have been participating in. Ever since the emerging of coronavirus, me and my older sister, along with my parents, chant the Ratana Sutta, Chanda Parita, and Angulimala Mahapirita every night. We light candles and offer them to Supreme Buddha. Angulimala Maharatan Vahasa and Bakula Maharatan Vahasa with neem oil. Very good children. It's good that you reminded so that other children also will start continuing. They will keep on continuing chanting of Ratana Sutta until we abandon this coronavirus forever. Do that forever. Because you might think that still the virus is spreading, but don't forget that it's because of chanting of Ratana Sutta, it's controlled to a certain extent. Imagine if we have not chanted Ratana Sutta so far, imagine what would have happened. It could be sometimes double or triple. So some people might be wondering and having doubts, why still we are suffering from this coronavirus? No, don't think like that. Think if we wouldn't chant this Ratana Sutta, if you have not chanted this Ratana Sutta continuously, this corona pandemic would have increased. It's controlled with the power of the Devas, with the power of the Buddha Dhamma Sangha. So don't give up this. Keep on chanting the Ratana Sutta and follow the Shraddha TV 3 times a day and chant the Ratana Sutta with the monks. My older sister Sarini also helped raise funds to donate a food truck for the unfortunate people who have been greatly infected by coronavirus in Sri Lanka. And also, alongside her Melbourne youth group friends, helped packed 100 food boxes for the students of Melbourne. Very good children. We should try to grab as much as wholesome deeds before we die from this human world. Imagine you get a chance to go to a mine and mine gold or gems. There are mines, you go and keep on mining and then you find jewelry. So what people do, they keep on mining until they find valuables. In the same way, we should mine wholesome deeds. We should search for wholesome deeds, just like a florist look for flowers to make beautiful flower vases, beautiful flower bouquets. We should find beautiful flowers, and those flowers are good merit. Try to do as much as wholesome deeds. Our life is very short. Children, the Buddha preached, our life is like a dewdrop on the edge of a leaf. So early morning when the sun rises, that drop will evaporate. Our life is like a small water stream that is getting dried up very soon. And our life is like a piece of meat thrown to a heated iron plate that quickly burns off. It quickly burns out. So let's dedicate our lives to practice the Buddha's teachings and realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, Sadhu. Namo Buddhaya. Namo Buddhaya. Dear children, now we have come to the session of Parita chanting. Chanting the Buddha's teachings to gain protection for our lives. So, during the Buddha's time, back in Buddha's time, when Lechivis were affected by three fears in Vishala, in the city of Vishala, the three fears were drought, then diseases, and also demons. So these are the three fears that affected the people. Then the Blessed One, out of compassion, visited the city of Vishala, and then he chanted, the Blessed One chanted the Ratana Sutta. And afterwards, Arhant Ananda, Venerable Ananda was instructed and advised to chant the Ratana Sutta by memorizing it and remember it by heart and chant the Ratana Sutta. And before that, Venerable Ananda took alms bowl and filled with water, and Venerable Ananda chanted the Ratana Sutta and sprinkled that water in the city of Vishala. And afterwards, the city of Vishala came back to normal, the people came back to normal, and then it became a place for human beings, suitable for human beings to live. So, since we are also going through a hard time because of this corona virus, we should also gain protection from the Ratana Sutta. So now we are hoping to chant the Ratana Sutta in Pali and English both. So if you have this book at home, please get ready with this book. Take this book and sit on the floor, but don't keep this book on the floor. Hold it by your both hands, or keep it on a table, and then turn to page 19, and then turn to page 19. Then you will find the Sutta, Ratana Suttang, the Jewel Discourse. So the ones who does not have the Parita chanting book, don't worry. We have added a link. If you are listening through the YouTube or through the other media platforms, there will be a link. You can go to that link and find it. The others, they can chant together with me. And next time, you can go to the Mahamevanawa Buddhist Monastery's website and find and search for Ratana Sutta. And you can go to sereencolombo.org website, and also over there, if you search for Ratana Sutta, you will find the text, the Sutta, and next time be ready with the Sutta to chant together with me. So now let's chant the Ratana Sutta. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Yanida bhutani samagatani Bhummani vayani va antalikhe Sabbeva bhuta sumana bhavantu Athopi sakkacca sunantu bhasitang. Whatever beings are assembled here, whether on the earth or in the sky, may all these beings have happy minds. Listen closely to my words. Tasma hi bhutani sametha sabbe Mettang karotha manusiya pajaya Divacha rattocha haranti e baling Tasma hine rakhata appamatta. Pay attention, all you beings. Show kindness to those humans
who by day and by night offer much merit to you. Therefore guard them diligently. Yang kinci vittang idava hurang va saggesu ayang ratanang panitang nano samang athi tathagatena idampi buddhe ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu. Whatever treasure in this world or in other worlds, or whatever precious jewel is in the heavens, none is equal to the Buddha. In the Buddha is this precious jewel. By this truth may there be well-being. Khayang viragang amatang panitang yadajjaga sakya muni samahito natena dhammena samathi kinchi idampi dhamme ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu. The calm Sakyan sage found the undefiled, dispassionate, deathless Nibbana. There is nothing equal to that state. In the Dhamma is this precious jewel. By this truth may there be well-being. Yam Buddha setto parivannai sucing samadhimanantari kanyamahu samadhinatena samona vijjati idampi dhamme ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu. That purity praised by the Buddha, called concentration with immediate result. That concentration has no equal. In the Dhamma is this precious jewel. By this truth may there be well-being. Ye puggala atha satang pasattha chattari etani yugani honti te dakhineya sugatassa savaka ete sudinnani mahaphalani idampi sanghe ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu. The 8 persons praised by the wise, these 4 pairs are the gift-worthy disciples of the well-gone one. Gifts given to them yield abundant fruit. In the Sangha is this precious jewel. By this truth may there be well-being. Ye suppayutta manasa dalhena nikkamino gotama sasanam hi te pattipatta amatang vigaiha ladha mudha nibbuting bhunjamana idampi sanghe ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu. Those who are well trained, freed from all defilements, and with minds firm in Gautama Buddha's training, upon attaining Nibbana, they plunge into the deathless, freely enjoying the liberation they have gained. In the Sangha is this precious jewel. By this truth may their be well-being. Yathinda khilo pathaving sitosiya Chatubhivate sampakampiyo Tathupamang sappurisang vadami Yo ariya saccani avecca passati Idampi sanghe ratanang panitang Etena saccena suatti hotu. As a stone post firmly grounded in the earth cannot be shaken by the four winds, so is the superior person, I say, who clearly sees the noble truths. In the Sangha is this precious jewel. By this truth may there be well-being. Ye ariya saccani vibhavayanti gambhira panyena sudesitani kinchapite hanti bhusappamatta nate bhavang atthamang adiyanti. Idampi sanghe ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu. Those who comprehend the noble truths, well taught by the Buddha of deep wisdom, no matter how negligent, would not take an eighth existence. In the Sangha is this precious jewel. By this truth may there be well-being. Sahavassa dassana sampadaya tayassu dhamma jahita bhavanti. Sakkaya ditti vichikiccitanca Sīlabbataṃ vāpi yadatti kinci Chatuva pāyehi ca vippamutto Cacabhitthānāni abhabbo kātuṃ Idampi sanghe ratanaṃ panītaṃ Etena saccena suvatti hotu. For one who has attained to right view, three fetters are at once abandoned: self-centered view, doubt and clinging to wrong practices, freed from the four planes of misery. He is incapable of committing the six major wrongdoings that lead to hell. In the Sangha is this precious jewel. By this truth may there be well-being. Kincapi so kammang karoti papakang kayena vacha udacetasa Abhabbo sotassa paticchādāya abhabbata dittha padassa bhutta idampi sanghe ratanaṃ panītaṃ etena saccena suvatti hotu. Though he might do some evil deed by body, speech or mind, he cannot hide it. Such is impossible. For one who has seen the Dhamma, in the Sangha is this precious jewel. By this truth may there be well-being. Vanappa gumbe yatha pussitagge Gimhana mase pathamasmin gimhe තථූපමං ධම්ම වරං අදේසයි නිබ්බානගාමින් පරමං හිතාය ඉදම්පි බුද්ධේ රතනං පනීතං ඒතේන සච්චේන සුවත්ති හෝතු. Like woodland groves in blossom in the first heat of summer is the sublime Dhamma taught by the Buddha, leading to Nibbana and giving the highest happiness. In the Buddha is this precious jewel. By this truth may there be well-being. Varo varanyu varado varaharo anuttaro dhamma varang adesai idampi buddhe ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu. The excellent Supreme Buddha, the knower of Supreme Nibbana, the giver of Supreme Nibbana, the bringer of Supreme Nibbana, taught the excellent Dhamma. In the Buddha is this precious jewel. By this truth may there be well-being. Khinang puranang navannathi sambhavang viratta cittayati ke bhavasmin te khina bija virulhichanda nibbanti dhira yathayam padipo idampi sanghe ratanang panitang etena saccena suvatti hotu. The liberated ones all karma is destroyed with no new arising, their minds not drawn to future birth, their old seeds destroyed with no more growing. The Arahants fade out just as this lamp has done. In the Sangha is this precious jewel. By this truth may there be well-being. Yani dhabhutani samagatani bhummani vayani va antalikhe tathagatan deva manussa pujitam buddhang namassama suvatti hotu. Whatever beings are assembled here, whether on the earth or in the sky, we respectfully worship the Buddha, honored by gods and humans. May there be well-being. Yani dhabhutani samagatani bhummani vayani va antalikhe tathagatan deva manussa pujitam dhammang namassama suvatti hotu. Whatever beings are assembled here, whether on the earth or in the sky, we respectfully worship the Dhamma, honored by gods and humans. May there be well-being. Yani dhabhutani samagatani bhummani vayani va antalikhe tathagatan deva manussa pujitam sanghang namassama suvatti hotu. Whatever beings are assembled here, whether on the earth or in the sky, we respectfully worship the Sangha, honored by gods and humans. May their be well-being. Etena saccena suvatti hotu. By this truth, may their be well-being. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya.
Namo Buddhaya. Children, now we have to show gratefulness to people who have helped us, sharing of merit. So first of all, let's share merit with all the gods. May all the gods, Brahmas, rejoice in this merit, and may they help us to overcome from this coronavirus as soon as possible. And may all the Devas, Brahmas realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And also may all the gods help the family who sponsored for the Mirror of Dhamma program today. The program is sponsored by two families, family friends living in England, Brian, Naveen, Rehan and Nuvini, together sponsoring from their saved birthday gift money. Very good. So they are using that money to transform that money to a merit. Very good. To get long life on a day that they are losing the time to live in this world. Birthday is a day that you are losing the time to live in this world. Losing and getting close to death. So the wise children who understand this fact, they use their money to get long lifespan and to find a final solution that will not decline, that is Nibbana. So the gift of Dhamma excels all gifts. So today that family has gained so much merit by their parents, by all their relatives, by everyone who rejoice in this meritorious deed get merit. So may all the people who sponsored, may all the kids and parents who sponsored for this program, may all the departed relatives, may all our departed relatives rejoice in this merit, and may they be well and happy, may be well and happy, be well and happy, and escape from suffering as soon as possible. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And also, may the family who sponsored for this program, Brian Putta, Naveen Putta, Rehan Putta and Nuinidua, would like to rejoice this merit to bring the good health, peace and happiness for everyone, and welcoming our Swamin Wahansala safely back soon in all Asapo, all around the world, to spread Dhamma as well as to disappear this deadly disease from the world. So lots of ping. So see these wonderful ideas that kids have. They have done this generous donation to broadcast this program, and they're expecting may all our Swamin Wahansala safely go back to the foreign monasteries and then to spread the Supreme Buddha's teachings to many beings. So may their hope be fulfilled by the power of this merit. So let us bless all the monks. So let us bless everyone in this world, all of us who's taking part in this program. By the power of merit accumulated by all of us, let us wish for the happiness of all the living beings in this world. By the power of all the merit accumulated by all the noble ones, by all the monks and nuns, by all the lay disciples, by the power of that merit, may this coronavirus be abandoned, be abandoned, be abandoned. May everyone get cured as soon as possible. May everyone get cured as soon as possible. By the power of the great, mighty of Arahant Angulimala, may this spreading of coronavirus get abandoned as soon as possible. By the power of Arahant Bakula, may all the patients get cured as soon as possible, and may everyone realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And children, let us share merit with our teacher, our Lokaswamin Wahanse, and all the monks and nuns of Mahamevana Buddhist monasteries, and especially our Lokaswamin Wahanse. Be well and happy, have happiness, and all the monks and nuns all around the world be well and happy, have happiness, have long life, and realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And let us share merit with all the dedicated donors who are doing the monthly donation For Shraddha TV be well and happy, have happiness, and may they realize the Four Noble Truths peacefully in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Children, after the program is over, you should worship the monks. To worship the monks, say after me. Now, go to the floor. If you're seated, go and place your knees on the floor. Keep your palms together on the top of the forehead and say after me now. Okasa vandami bante maya katam punyang samina anumoditabbang samina katam punyang maihanda tabbang sadhu sadhu anumodami okasa dwaratena katan sabbang acchayang kamata me bante okasa kamami bante dutiyampi okasa kamami bante tatiyampi okasa kamami bante. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya. Hope to see you again in next week. Theravada Saranam.